Yeah, so I'm here and he's here. And yeah, so I guess we just pull up the
We could even just
meet with your group and use Google Hands to discuss any questions you had on part 2 of the individual preparation assignment.
We can just do it for part 1 too, since we didn't record that, I guess.
Oh, is it supposed to be 2 separate
I
things?
think so. Yeah, you're supposed to do the video each time.
Okay, so there's the 5 things. I'm wondering if we just should use the meetings feature to just because I'm making some flashcards like on Study Blue or whatever, but I just wonder if we review some stuff as a group every time, so then when it comes to exam time or whatever, then
we are more prepared.
Because it's just like that's always what you do when you prepare for an exam anyways. You go back over the past units. But anyway. So the 5 different parts of it. So designing the study, collecting the data. Daniel can discern more truth or whatever. Yeah, so design the study, collect data, describe the data, make inferences, and then take action. And then how would you, so simple random sample.
What about it?
How would you describe that? I mean, I guess that's what we're doing.
Is the simple random one the one where like a computer can generate it? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just basically pulling it out of the hat.
Yeah.
Stratified. So it's like putting people into groups based off the specific.
Choosing random.
Yeah, and then you do a simple random sample.
A lot of them entailed a random sample, like inside of another sample. It seemed like.
Yeah. Cluster sampling, because I think that was one of them that threw me off. So they're put into groups that hopefully. So they're put into groups, but also. Oh, so you're putting them into groups that are hopefully representative. So that's like when you go to a hospital or whatever, and you have multiple hospitals. Because each of those are hopefully like representative.
Just say the guy he picks out one hospital or something like that.
Yeah. That's cluster sampling. Systematic sampling. Sequential oil. Order. Oil. I don't know. Okay.
Okay. Cool. This was super easy to understand.
Yeah.
Too,
experiment. Observational.
I realized that. The homework, like I'd type it up, or preparation assignment, I would type it up and I'd like go check my answers and I said the same thing in a different way. So I'm just like, okay, so I just like change it a little bit to match what she said, but.
Yeah, so response to variable is just the variable that you're changing.
Yeah.
Okay, subjects, yeah. Define the null. So the null hypothesis is the standard quo and the alternative is if the null hypothesis doesn't work. The p-value is the probability of getting something. Null. Of the null occurring, basically?
Yes, the probability of...
As the one you calculated. Hypothesis is true. So if there's a lower p-value...
It's more likely to be true.
And then it's a higher one, it's less likely.
Which doesn't make sense to me. I thought it'd be the opposite, but...
Well, it just depends on how you calculate the p-value then. Because if it's margin of error, almost, I don't know.
That's true if it's lower.
Yeah. Well, because then it's like the probability value is like becoming more absolute. Like every time it's going to be this. Is that what it's saying? Because if it's lower and then it makes it more likely, then it's like the closer you get to 0.
So I guess it would be like
the more absolute.
Margin of error is like 0.1, then it's almost non-existent. But if it's 0.9, it's like big.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think. Medical student. The prevalence of aspirin usage by questioning all the patients who enter a clinic. So yeah, convenient sample basically because you're only asking people that come into your clinic.
And that was the one that was like avoid if you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just like you're getting data that's easy to get, but it's not very useful. Let's see. So systematic sampling. Every 100th or 1000th name after randomly. Okay, yeah, because it's like every nth time is the defining characteristic of systematic sampling, I think, right?
Yeah.
So it's like every 1000th name. Then simple random sample, yeah.
That was the easy one.
computers the keyword or just randomly. Yeah, I didn't get this one at first, but it makes sense now because with a stratified sample, you're putting them into demographic groups, kind of like that, or age groups, so 18 to 49, 59 to 69. So I believe that's close to the definition of a strata. Strata?
Yeah, I remember they defined strata. I do remember that in the book. I don't remember what it was, though, what the definition was.
To form or arrange into strata. So, but I guess knowing that the root word strata is meaning like to put into like categories or similar groups or all cardiac patients in 30 randomly selected hospitals, and it's cluster sampling because you're trying to get, that's kind of what I was saying really, like people that are of a similar type or like that are representative hopefully of the sample population. They take a simple random sample of the doctors and then sample all the patients the doctor worked with. How's that a cluster sample? You know?
Which one?
They take a simple random sample of doctors. Oh, okay, because you're putting doctors into the group? No.
Is this lesson 2?
Yeah.
You're number 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I got all right first time. Number 8. Number 8, I messed up the response.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, like the.
So you plan to conduct an experiment to test the effectiveness of sleep ease, a new drug that is supposed to reduce insomnia. You randomly divide 1,000 patients into two groups with a placebo. You record the gender of each subject. You'll observe how many hours of sleep they get in a week. Experimental design, response variable, the amount of sleep they get in a week. Treatment. Yeah.
I mean, I understand it now. I just didn't really
then
know what to put. Yeah, until I looked at the key.
Yeah, I get these things now. So as far as the live event or like the group meeting, do we do the quiz on the group meeting too, or do we just?
Yeah. So
okay.
I think since we're going to be meeting Monday and Wednesday, it's like Monday will be the first lesson of the week. So we prepare for that week or for that lesson before we go. We meet up, we talk about it, and then we take the quiz for that lesson.
Yeah, because I'm just wondering, so meet with your group using Google Hangouts to discuss any questions you have on parts of the individual preparation assignment. So this video is probably good then. Like, it doesn't say anything about recording the event. I guess I can go like that. But